Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 4 on the 4-bedroom house that we are putting up for our client. And this is what we call the Empire Project. So in your view, it's a typical 3D representation of the 4-bedroom house. It is a hidden roof because you cannot see the roof when you are standing on the ground. The roof is hidden. You can see this is not a pitched roof, this is a hidden roof. Okay, so yes, and then also this is just a single story, a ground floor. This is the front entrance to the house. It has a garage in there. Okay, this is the main entrance. The garage is on your left, and this is the back. We have to do a swimming pool. Hopefully when we are done, I believe the client will request for us to go ahead with a swimming pool. So I welcome you guys to Afienya. So in your view is a pump. This is a submersible pump, and my cousin Jonathan Amoa, who has a degree in geophysics, he does borehole drilling. And so he was the one who was contracted to do the borehole drilling. And so after drilling, you have to wait for 3 to 4 days before you do what we call the mechanization, okay, which is the installation of the pumps. So as you can see right now, they are dropping the pump all the way about 120 meters down the earth. Okay, so this pump will stay there forever if there's no issue. So Jonathan Amwa deals in borehole drilling, reverse osmosis. He sells all kinds of pumps. So if you need a pump for your kitchen, for your rooftop to increase the pressure of your water, he will give you some pumps. He has a low quality, good pumps available. In case you have water and you want to treat the water, okay, water filtration systems, okay, he will provide you all of that. So drilling the borehole is beautiful, but after drilling, there are other costs that comes with it. One is we have to take the water samples to WHO. Okay, another cost is buying a generator to be able to power the pump so that you can get water to supply the work that we are doing. So that the generator is powering the pump right there, and it's going to provide water constantly for us. So the pipe have been made very long. I asked him to do that so that wherever we are, we can just pick up the hose and spray water on the footings wherever we are. Now, so back to the borehole. So after drilling, Jonathan Amwa will take some of the water samples and send it to WHO. Okay, that's World Health Organization for analysis. They need to analyze the water and see if it is within the parameters are within standard for consumption. And then also we need to know if it is good and safe for us to be used on the blocks and the concrete. You understand? Yes. So if the parameters are beyond the standard, then we have to do what we call a reverse osmosis. You understand? We have to do what we call a reverse osmosis. So what we did after the borehole drilling, Jonathan took some samples and then sent it to the WHO, and we realized that the parameters were extreme. Yeah, this is Afienya, and all the parameters were extreme. They are beyond imagination. So we informed our client, and he was ready for us to go with a reverse osmosis. So in the video you'll be seeing we have to put up a small temporary structure for the reverse osmosis. Okay, it wouldn't be the permanent location for the reverse osmosis, but for the purposes of the work, we need the reverse osmosis to treat the water so we can use the water to continue our work. If not, we were going to run buying water throughout the project, especially on the laterite filling. It requires a lot of water, and in this area a truck of water is about 90 Ghana cedis or even more. You understand? So it's really expensive getting water. So once you have your own borehole, I guess you are safe, you are free. So we located a place where we have to put this temporary structure for the reverse osmosis, and that's where Mr. Dade and team are doing right now. We're going to create a small room and then make it a wooden structure and then put the reverse osmosis in there. And then also we need to get electricity because our generator will not be able to power the reverse osmosis, and that is a three-phase system on the reverse osmosis, and so our generator will not be able to power that. So we made provision for a temporary electricity. Since there's an existing one available on the plot, we will just have to talk to ECG and tap from there, and they will give us a temporary meter which we paid for. Okay, and that meter will be installed at the site, and that will power the reverse osmosis, and then we'll bring the parameters to the normal range so we can use that water on the block. If not, the chloride and all those chemicals in the water will affect your block work and will affect the concrete and everything, and it's not safe for us to use that water. Okay, so yeah, this is a temporary structure we put up earlier on for the team to stay in there whilst they are at the site working. And so we bought some cement for the reverse osmosis constructions, and so that is where Mr. Dade is showing us. It is very crucial in recent time that when we are building, you need to consider so many factors. Okay, yes, so many factors need to be taken into consideration, and that comes with some amount of a little bit of cost. So you should be prepared when you want to build. At least if you want to put up a 4-bedroom house and you want to make sure it is built properly, you should be having $25,000 to $30,000 available. You understand? Yes, just to make sure your foundation is solid. From 25,000, depending on the size of your house though. So 20,000, yes, 22,000, 25,000, 27,000, depending on the size of your project, will determine the cost of the foundation. Superstructures are not really expensive. The whole ball game dwells on the foundation, because that is the beauty of the house, is the foundation. It's not the design on top. The beauty of a house is the foundation. You understand? Yes. So this is a small structure we are putting up, which is about 7 feet 6 inches thereabout for the reverse osmosis. So the carpenters will come and place the board around it, put the roofing sheet, and we are done for the reverse osmosis. In the meantime, the team is also taking their time to do the digging of the trenches, where we will begin to do our blinding, and the next step will be doing a concrete cast. Okay, so this is a 7 feet by 7 feet. Okay, so this 7 by 7 feet for the reverse osmosis. It's not bad. Anyway, so those are the things you need to consider. We need to put up a temporary structure for the team to stay, or if there's a nearby house we can rent. Yes, if we do a lot of consideration before we move to your site. And for us, our goal is to make sure that you and the funds that you have given us is well protected. For me, that is my aim. I want to make a name for myself and change the narrative so that everybody can smile, everybody can build. You don't have to be disappointed. You don't have to say, no, I'm not going to build anymore. So here the trenches have been dug 3 feet. Even though it's a single story, I asked my team to dig 3 feet, which is a story building. You understand? So they've laid the DPM, and this is what we call the blinding. Before we do any foundation concrete casting, we have to do blinding. And the blinding, this is where the mat is going to be placed. And the mat is not supposed to lay bare on the ground. It's not supposed to touch the soil. The iron rod, the mat is not supposed to touch the soil. It's supposed to sit on the blinding. And when the mat sit here, then the pillar will sit on the mat. Are you meeting? And it should be linear. So you can see that before the blinding, we laid a DPM in there and then pour 50 mm, 50 millimeter thickness of concrete in there. But then once it dries, the mat will be placed on top, and then the column sits on the mat. And then we'll pull our grid lines, make sure they are linear, and that's what we call pillar settings. Pillar settings can take 2 days or 3 days depending on the size of the project. Okay, and blinding, the thickness of a blinding ranges from 50 mm to 100 mm. Our structural engineer will determine that for you. Depending on the load calculation they've done will determine how much, even though the load of a building does not bother about that of the blinding. It also plays a crucial role one way or the other. So the structural engineer will stipulate that in your details, which is your structural details, so that the masons can read and follow suit. Okay, so the client made funds available for the reverse osmosis, and my cousin Jonathan Amwa put them together because that's what he specialized in. He specialized in reverse osmosis. Any water treatment, contact Jonathan Amwa and he will assist you. So yeah, in the next episode you're going to see the installation of the reverse osmosis and its operation. Okay, so if you need our services, my name is Mr. Bright. If you like this video, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel so that you get a constant update from me. Okay, let me know if you need my services. I prepare estimate as well. From me to you, shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye bye.